The cryptocurrency market has been recovering within the past few weeks, and there is no denial about that. We've seen the likes of Bitcoin trading upward of $46,000, Ethereum trading upward of $3,500, Solana trading upward of $130. So in this video, I would like to talk about Bitcoin and Solana and basically give you guys my own opinion as far as where I see these assets go from where we are. And one of the things is you will realize that in my video, I tend to use Bitcoin a lot. And the reason behind that is because I personally believe, and we've all seen, that Bitcoin is typically used as the leading indicator in the market to kind of see where the entire market is moving, right? And that right there is something that a lot of us don't like. I personally do not like it. I would like for these assets to be able to move in their own direction whenever they want and however they want. But the problem is they are still very much correlated to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been used as the leading indicator in this case. So if I provide you enough value in this video, please allow me to ask you to hit that damn like button and please subscribe as well. So let's jump straight into the chart. And here, as we're looking at the chart, guys, and as I was saying in my video that I posted, I believe, a week ago, one thing that I said was, guys, we can see here that Bitcoin, since it reached its all-time high back in November of 2021 last year, and we basically went down through this downtrend that we see right here. One of the things that we realized is ever since we reached the bottom right on January 24th, 2022 at about $33,000 within that region. And then we can see that ever since then, we've really been within this consolidation pattern for about the past 2 months now, right? And this is something that I was anticipating and that I had been saying in my previous video, that I was expecting some kind of consolidation before we basically gain right enough momentum to be able to move the bulls back to the upward direction. And so what is going on here is, guys, ever since then, we see here that the 50-day moving average, which is the blue line down here, and my 200-day moving average, which is in white, we're seeing that the 50-day moving average is changing cross right here and changing slope as far as basically going on an upward direction. And what I'm expecting is something like this that would go and cross above the 200-day moving average, which then would have at that point made a golden cross. And with a golden cross, which is really bullish, would also signal a potential price to the upside, a potential price movement to the upside. And guys, we've seen this on the Bitcoin chart before. See, this was back in 2021. We reached the all-time high in April. We went down, and then after that, we recovered, and we can see right here in September of 2021 the golden cross being made, and we see that right after the golden cross, the price ran down, and then after that, the price just basically shot right up. And that is something very similar that I'm also expecting for us to be seeing over here, right? And that is something that typically happens when the 50-day moving average crosses above the 200-day moving average. But guys, something that is also interesting here is you can tell that there is quite a strong resistance here at the 200-day moving average, which is something that I also pointed out in my video last week, where I said, guys, we would see some resistance here, and we have to be able to have enough momentum to break above that. And usually, guys, from what I've seen too, once the price shoots, basically just shoots right above the 200-day moving average, it usually just go crazy, right? And this is what we saw here. The price went crazy. This was, from September all the way to November of 2021. And so that is something that I'm personally expecting as far as what we might be seeing in the market, right? And one of the things too now is because we have inflation that is really, really, really high in the market right now. And, one of the big reasons behind Bitcoin too is that idea of it to be able to basically be a store of value, right? A store of value, and to be able to combat inflation. But the next thing too is, guys, with all the turmoil and everything that is going on, all the craziness going on into the market right now, I think that a lot of people are also moving into Bitcoin because inflation is crazy, people are losing their purchasing power, and so here would be a way of storing the value of your money. And so guys, one of the last things too here is, personally I think that Bitcoin is going to go much higher in 2022. I believe that we should be able to pierce above this $68,000 level. I'm not calling for 100K, but I think there is a potential that Bitcoin should at least reach about 75K, before we consolidate again, right? And I may be wrong. That's just my opinion, but that is something that I personally think and I personally believe that we should be able to see in 2022. So now let's jump right into the chart of Solana, and so I will pull up Solana right here, and guys, as you can see here, which is Solana reached a bottom at about $79.69, right? And the bottom was reached on March 14, 2022. And ever since then, we see the price recovering. What's really interesting here, guys, is that we see that we have these different levels on Solana. These are based on previous price actions. And so we have this support down here, and we have this resistance up here. What's really interesting is this resistance up here is now coinciding with the 200-day moving average, right? And this right here now becomes a confluence of resistances. And what happens here is that since we have a confluence of resistances here, this means that we have very strong resistance happening at this level right here, and this is at about $150. So it would take a very strong momentum to be able to break this resistance right here. And as we've seen, the price was going up, all the way to reaching about 143,000. And because the bulls and all these people in the market, they understand this, you can tell that traders started selling right up here, and that's where we're seeing this kind of weakness in the price. But the other thing too is RSI, guys. RSI is quite overbought right here, right? And so we should be able to expect at least some kind of small correction before we go back up again. And the other thing that I forgot to mention is, Solana has pumped about almost 79% since its low in last month, right? And so that is really good. So I think some people really made some really good gains, but personally, for me, before I start trading this again, because I missed this pump right here. So for me to trade this again, what I need to see is I need to see the price of Solana basically breaking above this resistance line and going much higher than that. And once there is a confirmation, 2 or 3 confirmation candles that we're breaking above here, then I'll be able to trade from, I might send in an order trading within this region from 150 all the way to, in the two, maybe I'll go to probably to like 200 or somewhere between 100 and 200 to 100 to 205 somewhere here, because I know traders will probably start selling somewhere here before we see some price weakness again. So that is what I'm personally expecting, guys, as far as what I'm seeing in the market right now. And so if some of you guys have some questions, if some of you guys do not agree, disagree with me, please, you can go ahead and drop your comments in the comment section below. I would love to have a discussion, but that is really what I'm seeing in the market. And as long as Bitcoin is moving to the upward, I believe some of these cryptos should be able to move to the upward. And one thing that I forgot to mention as well is when you look at this chart, you can tell that it was really a downtrend where these resistances, we are making lower highs and lower lows. That was basically a downtrend, but we can tell that that's been broken right here. So this right here is showing that, hey, there is a potential that we might be seeing some more price action to the upside. And so guys, I hope that I provided you with enough value in this video. If that was the case, please allow me to ask you to hit the damn like button, subscribe, and turn on damn notification as well. And so If you would like to start investing into the stock market and do not have an account with Weibo, M1 Finance, or also invest in the cryptocurrency market and do not have an account with Coinbase or BlockFi, you can use our links in the description below to sign up. And when you sign up using our links, we will both get some monetary value out of it. And if you do not have a credit card and would like to open a new credit card account with Discover, you can use our credit card link with Discover in the description below. And when you sign up, you will both get, I believe, about $50, and we'll also get $50. So this is a win-win situation. Thanks, and I'll see y'all in my next video on Sunday. Bye bye.